Well, welcome to another 6th Gen Farmer. Today's another kind of exciting one because we got another trial that we are going to be taking out here very, very quickly. But right now I'm driving my poor pickup through the field, just tearing apart my tires, my front bumper, so I can check the oil on the combine. Get that ready to go. And I'm going to hop in the grain cart for a little bit. Won't be in the grain cart all day, but at least for the trial, I'm going to be in the grain cart so we can see how this CTIS is doing. So last night we started this field and we literally combined right up to the trial. So the first 48 rows here are high pressure, and then right after that is all low pressure. So we're just going to do a quick side-by-side, take out 48 rows of high pressure, take out 48 rows of low pressure, see what the weight difference is, see what the yield difference is, and give you guys the results, because I don't want to hide anything from you guys. Dan must came out here and got the ladder down for me. What a nice guy. Perfect. Okay, zeroed the scale. This is round 1 of the high pressure. Now everything's still kind of warming up, so if this scale reading does not match the next one very well, we're going to discard this one and then just use the next 2 passes as our trial. But if they add up about equally, we'll kind of make a big average of them. For some reason, like electronics, like scales and stuff, when you first turn them on after them not being on for a while, especially like when it's kind of cold outside, they can do some funny things every once in a while. Not all the time, but sometimes. 53,220 high pressure. So I know I haven't filmed a ton of corn harvest this year, but we've had a dry year. Okay, we had a really dry spring. We had a pretty good middle summer, but end of the summer was really dry again. And the corn yields that we've been getting for the weather and just the corn yields in our area have been outstanding. The two what's going on? The 2 numbers that have been really, really strong this year is Wiffle's 5086, which is actually the field that we're in right now. So this is the first field that we planted for the year, and so this is the one that I live streamed. And about, I think the day after I planted it, it had a cold rain on it, and then it snowed on it, and it still came up good, and it's still doing 250 to 260. I think we're averaging like 258, 259 right now, which is insane. So Wiffle's 5086 has been a strong number for everyone. And then Wiffle's 4246 has been an extremely strong number as well. In fact, if I remember correctly, so we had a trial with like 36 different varieties. We got a couple of different local seed dealers together, and we do this trial every year. And no, this one had 32 varieties, last year 36. But Wiffle's 4246 came out on top overall on that trial, which is really cool to see too. So there's been a couple other strong numbers too, but the 5086 and the 4246 are the two kings in our area. Is your yield monitor showing any difference or not? I'll take that as a yes. So at the last field we did the CTIS trial on, we saw a 2 bushel an acre difference. Where the CTIS had the tires deflated was 2 bushels an acre better than where we had it inflated, to where a normal John Deere 1770 planter would be. Now, it's been a dry year, and the fact that we still saw that bushel increase was kind of amazing, and I hope we're going to see the same thing here. Just imagine if it was a wet year and you did the same thing. I bet it would be a lot more significant, especially if you planted it wet. Because when it's really dry, like it was this spring, compaction has never really been that big of a deal. Just dry soil does just not compact that much. But wet soil, you can compact the crap out of it really fast. What in the heck? I think our grain cart's still...
Is like a changing much when you get it on leveler ground? Or?
Yeah, I don't know. When I first stopped, it was at like 56, and then it went back down to 54. So I don't know. I don't think this grain cart's as accurate as the last one was. So the combine showing, let's see, what was his yield there? Combine is showing 2.3 bushel better, but the grain cart's showing less. But the grain cart's been doing that every single time.
The hill on flatter ground, what it shows.
Okay, I got the flatter ground. Now we're showing an increase in yield. Okay, whew. About to say, every single trial we've done this year, the combine and the grain cart have been exact opposite. And they came and they replaced the load cell in the grain cart, and it made it better, but it's still been very frustrating. But now I got it on flatter ground. It's a lot better now. 55,150. So the last pass of high pressure was 54,660. The first pass of low pressure is 55,150. So yield increase. The combine showed a yield increase. Grain cart showed a yield increase. Okay. Well, the first round of low pressure is in. So if we compare the last round of high pressure to the last round of low pressure, there is a 2.3 bushel an acre increase on the low pressure side. So where I had the tires deflated on that planter is yielding 2.3 bushels better, which on a dry year, I'll take it. That's pretty incredible. Well, now that the trial's finished, and I'm very, very happy with the results, glad to see that that thing's paying off, which if you do the math, if you farm about 1,500 acres of corn, the system will basically pay for itself in 1 year, which is, there's not many equipment related ROIs that are a 1 year return. I think that was the last trial for the year too, actually. I don't think we have any more, which is a okay thing because trials take forever. It's just your efficiency plummets when you start doing trials. But, you know, you guys have like not seen me drive much truck on this channel. You've probably hardly seen any truck drive in this channel. A couple times I have, but not very often. But one of our new guys, Trevor, he's really good at driving grain cart and he really enjoys it. So once I get done with the trials, I hop in a truck last time and let him drive the grain cart. But so I'm in the green Mac, we call it. It's an 05 CH600. No idea what engine it has in it, and it has a 10-speed manual. Probably my favorite truck to drive. I really like this 10-speed on this truck. I don't know what it is. Like, I love the 9. The 9 and the 10 speeds are what we got. We do have one automatic. But I don't know what it is about this 10 speed. I can just drop gears into it like none other. I mean, there's no grinding whatsoever. The 9 speed, I have a little bit of grinding in our newer 10 speed. I don't know, I really struggle with that one, even though they're the same transmission. Maybe this one's just more wore out, I don't know. Transition from 5th to 6th, smooth. I used to never like truck driving, but this fall I've actually kind of started enjoying it a lot more. And this truck also has the loudest Jake brake. We did not do that, it came like that. Get a downshift in there. The loud Jake brake's fun, but there's a couple of houses right next to our elevator. So when it's like 1 o'clock in the morning, you come in, I feel kind of bad. Come on, Grandpa, drive faster. There we go. Oh, I'm in high. There we go. So I didn't film me pulling up on the scale, but at our shop here, we have a truck scale. We got the number thing right there, which 93,180, that is not right. It should be like 70 something. Oh, I still have a tire on the scale. I accidentally triple weighed. That's my bad, I'll have to cross that off. But the scale is really hard to pull onto because you gotta drive it over there, and it's a half scale, so you gotta weigh the front axles and you gotta weigh the rear axles afterwards. And I struggle with it a bit. Sometimes it takes me 2 times around to get it right. Yeah, here my ticket's showing 79,240. Hey, I'm on the legal side, that's good. So after I weigh myself on the scale, I come across the road and I start unloading into our pit here, our alleyway. So you see, we got the front and the rear hopper unloading at the moment. I gotta take a sample. I take a little bit from each hopper. Kind of mix it together. Then I come in our little dryer shack here. I fill up the tester. I did not get enough. Give me a second. Please empty drawer. There we go. Okay, 18.4. I take my little marker here, right up on the board. And so that's how we track how many bushels we have in the grain bin every fall, is we weigh the trucks, we write down the moistures, and then we calculate shrink at the end of the field, and we can calculate our total number of bushels that we have per field. Then I head back. So now we got that field done. We didn't have much left of it when I last got the camera. And we are actually on, this is an 80 that my cousin and I farmed together. So this is my first 40. Super cool to be on my field. Got to plant it for the first time and got to spray it, and now we're harvesting it. Now out of all of our fields, this one definitely got the most rain, but there's also a lot of sand on this field. So we'll see. We're expecting some pretty big yields here as well. This particular field is not a Wyffels field. There's a different brand, a different number that we thought would just maybe fit this field's varying soil types a little bit better. But I mean, these are some dang good looking ears. They're filled out all the way to the top. Look at that. That's something you have not seen a whole lot of this year just because of the rain that we've gotten. But I bet this field got 3 to 4 inches more than the rest of them throughout the year. So it'll be kind of cool to see if this is our best yielding field or not. Typically it wouldn't be, but just because it got more rain. Also, I did a prescription planting map on this field too. So in some of the sandy areas, I dropped the planting application rate way down, so that way we could spread those plants out, and each plant can get more water and make some bigger ears on less plants, and hopefully increase the yield in those sandy areas. Also, it's getting really dark out. Like, sun's still shining over here, but over here it's dark. if you start pulling some trash away, there's some kernels in here.
That's the problem.
The white cob?
Yes.
Has white cob stuff ever combined good or not?
No.
No?
Nope. I'm not doing a great job, but I don't know what else to do. It's got to yield good because you lose. You lose about 3-4 bushels. Dirty cob. No, that's just unacceptable.
I can't believe that there's that much of difference. Are they just that much softer? I mean, this thing, like, I can bend it in my fingers.
Yeah, they're not splitting. Usually they just quarter them.
Yeah.
I think they hold on to the kernels so well. They're kind of toilet paper.
Yeah.
I said that's what they were. What's the word?
Invented? What?
Invented or breeded for, I think, to make good toilet paper.
They're breeded to make good toilet paper. It's starting to rain. You can hear it tip-tapping on the roof. How much rain do you need before it's too wet to go through the combine? Until it doesn't go through the combine?
Yeah, what's going through the combine now?
But, I mean, it's doing pretty hot.
Yeah, I just don't know what to do. I can't
In this bottom, we're hitting 300 pretty consistently. Still 300.
I can't do anything about that.
Yeah. Huh.
I don't know. Going slower ain't gonna help.
Yeah, man, that loss monitor, it's just... You don't want those bars that high. It's... They're all pegging out. So it's just... So, you've never had a white cob that combine's good? Interesting.
No, it's always been kind of a racehorse hybrids that have the white cob.
Racehorse as in...
Racehorse means like the ones that can really do well if nothing's wrong.
I see, yeah.
That rotor just don't like this stuff. It just could just drop every 20th year to begin with. Even if it runs the combine. I should be quiet. Maybe it'll do that too.
Did you take a look at these ears though? They are filled out to the absolute tip.
Yeah, which means we're planting too thin.
What was that population? Population ranged from, we're in 36.8 right now,
Okay.
which is kind of on the high end of what we usually plant. And the bats and like along the tree line and stuff are in 24, but most of the field is between 90% of the field is between 34 and 36.8.
And the problem is we start getting much heavier and then it tends to go down, so
Yeah.
maybe we were dry. Maybe when we were dry earlier that it
That's the planting population map, sorry.
what year should have maybe been a little fatter or when we got a good end of the season. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen hardly any tip back anywhere this year.
Yeah.
Oh, I love this corn. What the? Son of a...
We need to get a case combine. I don't know, maybe it doesn't go through anything well.
Our neighbor that planted the Pioneer said he spent a day and a half cleaning their I mean, he said a day, I'm sure it was hours, cleaning all the husk out of the... Some of these Pioneer corn, for some reason, they fill the sieves shafter full.
Oh, really? Great.
I got the cylinder way up. I opened the concave, that should make it worse, but...
Looks like he's gonna knock that tree line out quick. This tree line never yields anything between the shade and the deer. There's never anything there, ever. Grandpa's calling me. Hi, Grandpa.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice.
I don't know what's going on. No one talks to me. He turned his lights off on his combine. Oh, here he's calling me back. Yeah, what are we doing?
Well, we're waiting to hear something.
Okay, so you're still in the combine then, right?
Yeah, I'm low on fuel, so.
Okay. I was very confused on what was going on.
Yeah, I don't want to fill the auger wagon until I know if I get the trucks unloaded.
Yep.
Because the east side is working, if we get some trucks in, maybe we go to organic tomorrow. It's something serious.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But I thought we had one more empty truck, and we don't have that. I guess like Levi was Levi was over the pit when it died, so.
Okay. So the electricity of... So something else happened, or like we lost electricity?
We lost electricity.
Okay.
I don't want to bother Chris. Levi's going to call me when he gets there.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, that's fun. Apparently, we were mid-dump. The electricity went out, which probably means that the leg needs to be backed out. Whew. I'm glad I'm in the grain cart right now, not in a truck, because yeah. We're back. They backed out the pit, or the leg. It didn't take very long. I only got through 20-some minutes of an episode of Suits. So, we're, I don't really have much weight. I'm only 3,000 pounds, so following them through the field, keep it going, hopefully get this thing close to done tonight. Or done. Preferably done. Well, that went late last night, but we did finish her up, and that field did amazing. It's amazing what a few more inches of rain can do to a corn crop. It ended up doing high 260s, which for our area is incredible, especially in a year like this year. Like I said, that field did get quite a bit of rain, so definitely helpful. But it's the next day now, and I am going to be spreading our fines. So I'll go more in depth in a little bit, but basically we have it set up so we have on the one side of the road at our grain setup, we have 4 can sun dryers to dry our corn down. And in the collection area, after the corn goes through the dryers, it kind of meets this union box where it gets taken up to the leg. And my uncle thought of this really smart idea. He put a suction fan in that conjunction box, which doesn't have enough suction to bring kernels of corn up, but has enough suction to bring up the corn fines, or that pink material that you see in corn, like this stuff. And the theory is that corn, the cleaner the corn is, the easier it is to store in a grain bin. So if you're able to get rid of a lot of those fines, it just makes it a little easier to store. You have less of a mess. So I don't even know what kind, this is an old feed wagon maybe. I don't even know what kind of a wagon this is. But we have a hole cut in the top, and I'll show you guys back at the elevator here in a little bit. But basically the fan blows it through that hole in the top, and it fills this thing absolutely full of fines. I don't really want to crawl up there, but I mean, it's absolutely, screw it. We'll climb up there. At least enough to get the camera in there. It's kind of hard to climb. But yeah, it's just absolutely full of corn fines. So what we do is, when it gets full, we bring it out to the field, and we start the wagon, which just dumps it, and we just drive. When we chisel plow this field, it'll get all mixed in and be able to decompose naturally. Well, these 4230s have curved glass, these sound guard cabs. So we'll see how long that stays there for. Okay. So basically, I need to get going, get moving, and then turn that PTO on and then book it. PTO on, booking it. And now I basically just drive around for 20 minutes. You know, I doubt this stuff has like any organic value. If it does, it's very, very little. But it came from the ground, it's going back on the ground. Just kind of zigzagging my way across the field. It's still pretty wet out. We've had quite a bit of rain here this past week and a half. Like, kind of over this past weekend. What is today? Today's like Thursday or something. What is this Thursday? It's been 2 weeks, basically, since I've released a video. That's nuts. I've just been extremely busy. But, yeah, we had like 4 inches of rain this past weekend. And after like 3 days, we're able to go get in the field again. It just, we're that dry, it just all soaked right in. So this is how it works. This is how it's set up. Right here are 4 CanSun dryers. Now, I don't know how well you can hear me when I walk over there, but I'll show you like the conjunction box and the fan and where it goes up. So right here is where all the dryers can join. You can see in there. And here's the fan. It creates a suction. You can see the air kind of moving everything around in there. Sucks it up, blows it all the way up and into the old feed wagon, which I think it is. Sometimes that cyclone up on top gets plugged and it starts blowing out the top, so that's why there's kind of a mess around here. But overall, just getting all that stuff out, even if it goes in the yard, just keeping it out of the bins as much as we can, really helps our storage. Now, I know I've seen a comment on it in the past, but if you guys would like a video of me like going through our grain setup and kind of how it works and how we have it set up, leave a comment down below, because I would definitely like to do that. I'm learning more about it myself as I've been farming here for a year. So if you want to see that video, leave that down below. But I think I'm going to call it for this video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.